Hello, this is for Project 2, the final milestone. While I did try to get everything on the rubric completed, I am short a couple of features, only due to I hit some pretty big brick walls that it took me longer than expected to get past, and between that my schedule I just wasn't able to complete everything in time, so I'm just going to go ahead and submit what I already have completed here. So we'll go ahead and get started. We'll just build and run the project. And as we here, we have the menu. I'm moving the mouse over it, dims, and then obviously click on it. So I was able to get the menu finished with some working buttons, background, and a music track to go along with it. So we'll just go with the volume first. And right here, I got the fill bar set up, and as you can hear from the volume going down, it changes the master volume, going higher up, increases the volume. Apologies for the sound. And this one's set for the music volume, so you can hear the music going up and down with the volume as well. And for sound effects, unfortunately you can't really tell the difference outside of experimenting with the actual game section itself, so we'll just leave it at 70. We'll go back to the options menu. So as you see, like the back buttons go back to their respective menu options. So we'll go back to options, graphics. My computer monitor is currently set to 1920 by 1080p. What this does is that it will actually read your monitor's resolution, and that'll be what it's set to by default. It just so happens that my monitor is set to that one, but I can change this to where, like, I can switch it off for full screen. So switch it off, apply changes, and it shows it's in window mode, and we'll put that back into full screen. I also have the option for removing VSync. Just put it back on. Not much to tell the difference. We'll change down to resolution. I only have 3 settings right now, but I should figure that would be enough choices. 1920. So we'll go down to 800 by 600. I figured that would be the most noticeable. And yep, as you can see, it changed the resolution of the game to that. We'll put it back to 1920 by, actually we'll do 1280. So yeah, changes that. Then we'll go back to the 1920. As you can see with the text, the resolution functions as intended. So we'll go back and we'll just quickly go over the credits. So just kind of giving proper credits to resources like program design I did. I got the sprite assets from the provided Kenny website. I got the sound effects from the Unity Asset Store from BGM, main OST from Open Game Art, and the actual game soundtrack also from the Unity Asset Store. And we'll just keep going back, and I'll quickly just showcase the quit option. So that does quit the game. We'll build it and run it real quickly. Get back in here and show the actual gameplay option of it. We'll start. I'll first show game over. So it's, as you see, the health goes down. I lost 1 life. I lost 2 lives, and I lost 3 lives. So it goes by quickly, but the lives I have set up in the bottom left to actually use like the sprite icons to kind of show like you have to start 3 lives every time you use life. It removes one of these sprites to showcase that you have 2 lives, 1 life, and then you have no lives. And once you lost all lives, it's game over with the game over text. Let's see. And unfortunately, I just had to kind of quick exit because I didn't have time to do a restart button. And it looks like I might have to adjust the score text. Yeah, as you see, like I originally planned on having like a shield mechanic where any damage would actually hit that first, and then if that equaled 0, it would then start taking out of the health, but I just didn't have enough time to fully implement that as I wanted. Okay, we'll actually start shooting them. It shows the remaining numbers. to left, and the score 1 and then 0. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to change the aspect ratio because it definitely looked in line in the editor, but definitely need to change that. Now I know the rubric said the wrap, and I originally did do that, but with the design of the game, with the meteors coming off screen and onto screen, I kept running into issues of with the ship flying through getting hit by off-screen meteors. So just design-wise, I believe that having a boundary worked better, so you weren't accidentally running into off-screen meteors. Although I guess like either or works, but that was kind of my thought process. But yeah, I would. By the time I saw like the wrap, I just didn't get around to having the option to switch between either or. You can see the sound effects going around. It still has the teleport feature, where you can teleport around. That still kind of stays in place. Let's see. So everything's functionality outside just again the wrap, and just I wasn't able to have the time to get the asteroids to transform target the player. They're just kind of generically coming from top screen down. So go through, just grab the code. I've got several scripts going on. Let's see, just going by the singleton pattern. And so pretty much like our singleton pattern is just like what we have. So like I'll just go to scripts, like so stuff like the game manager would be example one of them, because that handles a lot of the features like the score, text, the remaining target count, the players starting lives, the current lives they have, game over text, victory text, the player ship respawn point. Oh yes, that was the other thing. Like what if you saw quickly with you lost a life, I had it set to where the player would respawn at a respawn point. So we'll bring up the scenes real quickly. Yeah, so that's what it's supposed to look like with the score remaining. It shouldn't be off screen, but I didn't take into consideration the resolution, so I'm gonna have to change that a bit. So let's see. So yeah, so respawn point. So when player's life ends, it respawns back to this point right here. But going back quickly to the rubric, yeah, singleton pattern is with our game manager, line managers, just several functions and methods kind of condensed into a few scripts. We have our pawn controller, so we have our player pawn, which is the ship itself, and then our pawn controller, which so the pawn control script, and then transforming the player pawn itself. And here we were able to control the ship's speed, turn speed, turbo. Oh yes, and the turbo function and the firing. Let's see, object-oriented programming. I believe it shows that in the, my apologies, like the code. It shows it in the code itself. So so pretty much like asteroid manages the asteroid. The asteroid script pretty much manages the asteroid behavior. Obstacle handles collisions, projectiles. Oh yeah, that was the other thing with the bullets, is that firing them, it kept building up the objects. So I had, let me see, bring out the bullet shooter. Where's the projectile? Here we go, projectile. Yeah, so pretty much I had it set to where it would destroy the bullet after 2 seconds. So it would kind of clean up the game objects. So they weren't just like building constantly. It would clean up the hierarchy. Yes, pretty much once they're off the screen, then like you want them destroyed, and I figured 2 seconds wasn't good enough. Time limit. Object-oriented programming with inheritance. Let's see here. And yes, so bring this back down. We have all the scripts here, and the code itself will be in the GitHub in the link as well. I try to keep everything organized and clean, but it's definitely a learning experience on what I could do much better for the next projects. And that should be it.